Anywho, this Florida LSU game. In the Tennessee-Georgia game, I left thinking optimistically about both of those teams. I did not think that for this Florida LSU game, to say the slightest. Folks, this was an ugly football game. LSU did not win this game because they did not have to go and win this game. They just had to not lose this game. And this reminded me, I'm going to give this as an example to describe what this game was like. You're looking to hire someone, okay? And you've narrowed it down to two candidates. You've told everyone else to go kick rocks, basically. One candidate shows up to the interview and completely just poops his pants, repeatedly, in the middle of the interview, in front of everybody. And everybody saw him poop his pants. He's repeatedly crying, and it is absolutely a complete crap show. No pun intended. The other candidate, well, he doesn't blow your socks off. He's not bad. He's all right. And you realize you've told everyone else to go kick rocks, and they've moved on to other job applications. And based on what happened with the other candidate, you think to yourself, shoot, okay, I guess we have to hire this guy, don't we? That's what Florida and LSU felt like on Saturday night. Here's what defines this game more than ever. I'm actually not even going to go in depth on the actual game itself because I don't need to go in depth because this tells you everything you need to know. Florida had 5 turnovers. Florida moved the ball better, so what? Who cares? Florida had 5 freaking turnovers. You're rarely ever going to win a game, and you are never going to win a game on the road in the SEC with 5 turnovers. Blake Baker should be an American hero in Baton Rouge. No question about it. 9 points per game allowed these first 3 games. If it weren't for him, Brian Kelly would be 1-2 right now and probably wouldn't have a job. If he would have a job, it wouldn't be for a long time. In Florida, this is what puzzled me more than anything. Florida threw the football 49 times. The crazy thing is if Florida just decided, okay, we're going to run the ball like a little bit more, Florida might have won this football game. And I think that's a really alarming sign for both of these teams because I left this game being way less impressed about both of these teams. There was a spat with Brian Kelly and that reporter after the game. I'm sure you guys have heard about it. First question, the reporter asked him, basically paraphrasing here, problems with this offense. He gets very mad at the reporter. Long story short. I think asking that question first, after a win, not sure, but a question that everyone is wondering. It's a legitimate question because LSU is 108th in the country in points per game. 108th. Can this LSU offense turn it around? Absolutely they can. Should they be concerned? Yes, they should be. Because you look at the schedule, in a couple weeks you go at Ole Miss. Not sure if you saw what they just did to Arkansas on offense. You go at Vandy. Not sure what you saw what they just did to South Carolina. You play Texas A&M. Look at what they just did against Notre Dame. These are all high-octane offenses. You go at Alabama, and regardless of what that team might be heading into that game, that's a team with a lot of freaking talent. You play Arkansas at home, and yes, Arkansas lost to Ole Miss. That team can still light up a scoreboard. And you go at Oklahoma. Can you keep up with those teams? Because from what we've seen with Clemson, after their loss to Georgia Tech, Cade Klubnik's got 3 tutties and 3 picks on the season. And what we've seen from Florida, how impressive are those wins truly? And LSU, I would define as light concern. Florida, I would define as complete, heavy, nation, citywide panic. Billy Napier is 16-21 now versus FBS opponents. And it doesn't get better for them because their schedule coming up I'm not even going to go in depth about what's wrong with Florida and blah, blah, blah. 5 turnovers tells you everything you need to know. You go at Miami, Texas, at Texas A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Florida State. Every single team that I listed there is ranked pretty high. And not even that, who's to say they don't lose at Kentucky and Mississippi State with the way they're playing right now? LSU I'd define as concerned, saying you've got a really tough schedule coming up, but there's some cushion because of the 3-0 record that you have, and who you have at quarterback is a guy that I trust, and Garrett Nussmeier. Florida is widespread panic because I don't know if this regime with Billy Napier is lasting much longer, and Billy Napier seems like an awesome guy, but he's not winning football games, and that's not the Florida standard.